yesterday I built this nice bracket on the back of the tractor, and we're gonna need this one to measure in tree positions, as we really like to know where the tree actually sits, and putting the tree scout on ground level height makes it able to see the tree stumps way better than sitting on the rooftop. So we're gonna mount it on the back of the tractor, and that way we're able to measure all the trees in. So we're gonna do that today. So let's get the tree scout mounted on here. Now we need to measure exactly how high the top camera is mounted. So that's exactly 70 centimeters for us. So we need to fill it in the terminal. So let's do that. Then we need to know the distance from the back side of the tree scout until the GPS antenna. So for my instance, it's really nice to have a square cap, as I can just measure up to the cap. And I can see it's exactly 1 meter. So that's what we're gonna fill in at the terminal also. And then we should be able to measure tree positions exactly. So let's go and do that. Alright, so we're all started up now. And we can see that we can select between blossom, figure or apple counting. Now what we want to do today is tree counting. So we go into the wrench. So let's go to the wrench. We have to fill in the measurements of the tractor. So we know that the antenna sits 210 centimeters high and it sits 1 meter behind the tractor. But before we do that, we first have to go to settings and select tree mode, because this brings the camera into tree measuring mode. So now go back into settings, and we can see that I already filled in my minus 100 centimeters here. So that's fine. And I also filled in the offset to the side, because my GPS antenna is mounted right up here. And yesterday I had the hitch sitting at 58 centimeters above the ground. We're gonna lower it again a little bit, because I want it to sit as low as possible without hitting any obstacles. So let's lower it and then fill in the correct value for the height of the sensor as well. So the image shows it being on the roof, but at this moment this is actually valid for it sitting at the back of the tractor. So we have to measure it from the camera to the ground level. Now we go outside and we're gonna see if we can scan some trees, as it's really about time, because our conference peers are already in blossom and I really like to scan them as well today. Alright, we scanned about half a hectare of pear trees, so let's go see on the computer if that worked out and what it looks like. So let's head back in the workshop to check out the laptop. Let's check out the portal to see the progress. So while we were driving, the machine kept uploading its data, so it should be able to show us some pictures of that. And yes, it's able to show us some pictures. So this way we can check out what the camera sees, and as you can see, it can look at the tree stumps really well, so I like that. So we can click it and we can see what the tree scout actually saw at the place, and this looks like a nice picture, so I think everything is set up correctly. And so it's now a day later and the tree positions should be processed, as tree positions take a little bit more time because it's an advanced calculation to calculate them. But if I activate tree positions at this time, we can see all the dots where the trees are, and if you look carefully, you can see that the distance between the trees is actually different. And that's because these are old pear trees, which we planted in an extremely wet year. We actually had to move them, so it was heavy hand labor, and that causes the distance to be different everywhere. And you can see that really nice here. So it's the actual tree position which we are seeing here, and it's not guessed. So that's really cool. And we now got that for all our fields. So if we zoom up to our Elster, for example, we can also see the tree positions for the Elster. And the Elster were planted a bit nicer, but you can also see that we are sometimes just missing a tree. And yeah, I mean, trees sometimes die because they get sick or something. So that's kind of what it is. Same goes for here. We will be able to see the trees here as well. And this one doesn't have a lot of dead trees. And that's actually right. So really nice to see this. So let's continue recording our fields so that we get all the tree positions in the portal. And these tree positions, they will be used later on for the data that we need for the blossom counting and also for the growth calculations. So let's go to there. When the tree scout is fully started, then we can see the screen started up, and I already got this one sitting in tree mode because I'm still scanning tree positions. So we need to have this one checked, and then it's standing on trees. So that way it's scanning the tree positions. We can see the GPS has a fix. Wi-Fi is not connected because we are in the field, so we don't have Wi-Fi. While driving for tree positions, I understood that the maximum speed would be 5 km/h. So I will be driving 4 km/h just to make sure that the images will be good quality, as I really want my tree positions to be accurate, as tree positions is a thing that you need to measure only once if you plant the field or if you scan the field for the first time. Then the tree scout knows exactly where every tree of the field is planted. So we can see that I actually use an old tractor for this, as this is a 1990 Case 2140, and it will do the job just as well as any modern tractor. The only difference is that I need a retrofit isobus kit on my tractor to have a display in the cab to have it run isobus. I got a GPS antenna mounted on the roof, and we put the tree scout in the back of the hitch, and that's how we are able to do tree scanning and blossom scanning with the old tractor. Of course, with a modern tractor it makes it a lot easier, as we don't need a retrofit and we can actually use the internal screen of the tractor and also the internal GPS antenna of the tractor. But since this tractor doesn't have that, we use that retrofit kit. Now if we go to blossom scanning, then we would take the tree scout out of the back and we mount it on the plate which I mounted on the roof, and that's a quick swap, so we can swap it over in less than a minute and then we are ready to scan blossom. And as you can see, that's exactly what we need in this time of the year, so we can quickly swap over between the different things that we want to scan, or if we want to run a different tractor, because I don't have just one tractor equipped with that plate, but I got a few more just to make sure that we always have a free tractor to do it. And also if we are doing any utility work like grass mowing or spraying or whatever in the orchard, that we can still run the tree scout with it while not having to take the same tractor every time. As we don't really like to swap equipment around, we really like combinations to stick for a while in the season, so we have different tractors for the different jobs during the season.
Climbed the split rail gate, mud on my boots, cold tin sky. The orchard held its breath like it knew why I came. Leaves turned their silver sides and every branch looked guilty. You said, find the marked ones, so I did. One by one, count the levers, count the bends, watch the bar where the split begins.
beautiful day to scan tree positions today. So it seems like everything is running as it should be, as we could see trees on the computer. So we just have to wait until all the images are processed, and then we should be able to see all the tree positions in there. Once we got tree positions, then we can measure the blossom. So I think I can measure the blossom of this field tomorrow, and that's just because I got started late with everything as I was so busy. But we got it all installed now and are scanning tree positions. So far it's going great. So we are now looking at our field 6, which is a field of conference which we just scanned with a drone. So I made 2 maps of this one, which the last one is on 12th of April 2026, and I also made one on the 10th of April, and I made the one on 12th April again because I thought that I was too early with scanning. But if we look at both of these maps, then we can see that they don't have a lot of variation. So it means the tree scout is measuring really accurate, as 2 days later we get almost the same result on all the trees. So it's showing really high accuracy, and we can now also connect the tree positions to it, so that way we can see where each tree is sitting. As we can see, every tree is in the heart of the area which is meant for that tree. So if we later on are gonna spray this field, then this box will spray this tree here, and this one actually has 72 blossom clusters. Now we can see this field has a zone with more blossom and a zone with less blossom. I mean, this zone here with like 11 or 9, 16, 21 blossom clusters, that's really low. So we know that we don't want to chemical thin these. So with our sprayer, we're gonna drive over these, and we're not gonna spray the trees which are gonna have a too low blossom amount. So that's what we can do with this technology, and that's how this is gonna increase the productivity of the field for us.
And every branch looked guilty. You said find the mark one, so I did one by one. Count the leader, count the bends, watch the bark where the split begins. If the frost is named them, I'll hear it again through the wind and the rose and the grit in my hand. Aria tree scout, point me true. Scan those apple tree positions, I'll bring back the proof. Aria tree scout, I won't flinch. If the roots are talking low tonight, I'll read every inch. There was one by the stone wall with a scar like a river, one by the ditch line bent like a bowed head. The old red apples hung small as a warning. I brushed one sleeve away and it shivered on the stem. Count the leaners, count the bends, watch the bark where the split begins. If the frost is named them, I'll hear it again through the wind and the rose and the grit in my hands. Aria tree scout, point me true. Scan those apple tree positions, I'll bring back the proof. Aria tree scout, I won't flinch. If the roots are talking low tonight, I'll read every inch. I found a row that vanished under bar and bruise. I found the name you buried in the ringwood groove. So call me out to the orchard when the dark comes down. I'll walk that broken pattern warrior.